Welcome to the TPC desktop video series. In this video we're going to look at using the pop-up menus, or what Windows calls context menus. Let's come over to the Traverses Manager, and I've got the managers pinned to the desktop right now because I want to leave this open. And let's come down and select one of these topo traverses here. Traverse PC in these managers includes menus. So up here at the top of the Traverses Manager, I have a Tools menu that I can pull down. Right next to it I have a Kogo menu I can pull down. So if I wanted to insert a surface for this selected traverse here, okay, I could select the traverse, come up to the Tools menu, and tell Traverse PC that I want to create a surface for the selected traverse. Let me show you how we would do that same thing with the pop-up menus. So let's clear that, come back and select that traverse. I'm going to put the cursor over that traverse or that item in the manager. I'm going to right click. See how I get that same Tools menu? And this is the same in all the managers. Right clicking an item brings up the same Tools menu that I could select by going to the top of the manager. So I can tell Traverse PC now that I want to create a surface for that traverse. Okay? Let's create a traverse report for some of these blocks. So I'm going to select these blocks. Okay? I'm going to right click one of them and tell Traverse PC to create a traverse report. Now I'm going to drag this traverse report over here, and I'm going to tell Traverse PC that I want to create a report for the selected traverses. Okay? So these are the traverses that are selected in the Traverses Manager. And the great thing about this is that I just right-clicked one of them and chose the Traverse Report command, and I'm able to execute this command on all the selected traverses. Let's go ahead and close that out. And let's come up and take a look at doing something with Kogo on these. Maybe I've got a building and I need to create a setback for that. So I'm going to right-click that building. I'm going to put the cursor over the Kogo menu, and I'm going to tell Traverse PC that I want to create what we call right-of-way offsets. Let's drag this over here. Because I selected this traverse in the Traverses Manager, the Kogo dialog comes up and says, what do you want to create the offsets for? And Traverse PC knows, because of the way I used the right mouse and selected this command, that I want to use the entire traverse, Gym High School. Now, I have other options available in the pull-down list, but Traverse PC knew which one I wanted because of the way I used the right mouse button and went through the context menu. So this is a very efficient way to do something in Traverse PC and provide it with enough information to know that this is the traverse I want to work with, this is the surface I want to work with, this is the point I want to work with. One or more items in that manager automatically become the data I want to work with simply because I went through the right click and context menu. Let's go ahead and close this out. Let's tell Traverse PC now that I want to insert another building inside of this Traverse Manager. So I'm going to put the cursor over this Gym High School. I'm going to right click. I'm going to tell Traverse PC that I want to insert a new traverse above the selected traverse. Okay? So this is going to be a new building. I'm going to tell Traverse PC to go ahead and insert that. Okay? And if I take a look at my buildings now, I see that I've got a new building inserted directly above the Gym High School. So what's nice then is that I used the right click to control where I wanted to insert a new traverse in the Traverses Manager. Let's switch over to the Points Manager, and let's do something kind of similar. Let's say that I've identified that I want to get an inverse between points 14 and let's choose point 10 here. I'm going to select both of those by holding down the Control key and clicking each item. Then I'm going to right click, go to Kogo, and Random Inverse. And let's bring that random inverse dialog box over here. And we can see that, again, we've populated the random inverse dialog box with points 14 and 10. Let's come back to our point manager now, and let's pick two different points. Let's say I want to do 10 and 11. So I'm going to select those 2 points. Again, I'm going to choose Kogo, random inverse, and Traverse PC updates the random inverse dialog box to use those points 10 and 11. So I'm often going to have the items in a manager, like the points manager, interact with one of the Kogo dialogs or Kogo commands. Let's close this out. Now let's take a look at the drawing view. The drawing view works just a little bit differently than the managers, in that I have two pop-up menus that come up when I right-click. One is when I put the cursor over an item, like this sample survey text, and I right-click, I get a pop-up dialog box that pertains to that item or that drawing objects. So this is where I would come in and delete an object, for instance, or modify it. I could rotate or copy that, okay, change the drawing order. These are things that pertain to this object in particular. The one you're going to use quite often is always down at the bottom where it says Properties, and it brings up the properties for that text, so I can change the color or the font or whatever. Watch what happens though when I put the cursor over a blank spot on the drawing and I right-click. Over a blank spot, I get a different pop-up menu, and this pop-up menu corresponds with the menus at the top of the drawing view. So I'm going to have an Edit menu, like the Edit menu at the top, a Tools menu, like the Tools menu at the top, Kogo menu, like the Kogo menu at the top. So instead of coming back up to the top of the drawing each time and choosing the Tools menu here, I can just as easily right-click, go to Tools, and not all the commands are available here, but many or most of them are. And you're going to find that even some of the toolbars are duplicated here. So here's my Snap toolbar. Okay, all those same commands that would be available in the Snap toolbar are available from a right-click. So it's really just a matter of your preference. You can go back up to the top of this drawing view and pull down the menu. You can go to one of the sides where you've got a toolbar docked and issue a command from a toolbar, or real often I can simply right-click either a blank spot or over an object and have access to the command that I'm interested in from the pop-up or context menu.